I have a lot more books than I thought. I'm really surprised about how many unread books I have on each shelf. Hello besties, it is Keira. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video we are standing in front of my beautifully gorgeous, stunning, not me, my shelves. There's a weird lighting right now, if I'm being completely honest. We're in front of our bookshelves today and we're going to be doing my updated, I guess, physical TBR. So I did this video about a year ago now and I just checked the number and I had 96 books on my physical TBR, and to be honest, I have a feeling it's either going to be like the same or more. I'm going to go with 90. I have a feeling now that I have like more shelves and just more space to fill up, I am one to just buy a lot of books so that the shelves look pretty, and then I'm stuck with a huge physical TBR. I'm not really feeling the most confident about this, but I am here to kind of hold myself accountable and be like, Keira, you have enough books here. We'll do a little count at the end. I'll try to keep count as I go, but I'll probably lose track at some point. Make sure to follow all my socials down below. Go to goodreads, my Amazon wishlist, like that is linked down there if you want to check it out. Like, comment, and subscribe for more videos with me. And let's just get right into it. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of start with like romance shelves, which are these two, and go down, and then I'll do my fantasy. I'm gonna do this shelf and this shelf. From this shelf, we have only 3 books. Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood. This is like her first like YA romance. Then I have her most recent release, which is Not in Love, and I'm very, very excited to read this one. It's another like STEM romance. Happy Place by Emily Henry. I have not read this yet. I don't even know. So this is where things unfortunately get really embarrassing already. I'm gonna start off with this whole entire series by Anna Huang. Okay, I bought the whole series because they have the sprayed edges and I didn't want to buy like the first one and then buy the second one, and by the time that I got to the other two, they would just be the regular editions with no sprayed edges. And I have 2 more Anna Huang books. I have King of Sloth, which is the 4th book in the Kings of Sin series. Then I have Anna Huang's newest release, The Striker, which is a soccer like romance or sports romance. I think she's like a ballerina, he's a soccer player. I have heard absolutely nothing about this book and it's been out for a couple months now. And then last for that shelf is actually my TBR for the month. It's Love Unwritten by Lauren Asher. This is the 2nd book in the Lakefront Billionaire series. Just from those 2 shelves, I already have 10 books. And we're gonna go through these ones next. We'll go through this one and then this one. I have this book called One Touch by Lena Hendricks. I think it's like a small town romance. The last 2 books in the Gold Rush Ranch series by Elsie Silver. Runner, which is the 3rd book, and then A False Start. These are like the new covers of the book. I have the old covers as well, so I'm not going to count those in it. Wild at Heart, which is the 2nd book after The Simple Wild, and then this book I just picked up a couple months ago because the sprayed edges, as you guys can see, are really, really gorgeous. You know me, the sprayed edge, I have to buy it. This is called Always Mine by Laura Pavloff. I have a couple books on my TBR, like on Goodreads, of this author. Alright, we're up to 15 books already. Anyway, this is like my Elsie Silver shrine. Again, I have the 2 books that I just talked about, but I'm not going to count them because they're the same book. That shelf is good. Alright, just starting off with my Lucy score. Forever and Ever, I saw this going around, I think like last year or the year before. I do want to read this like the winter time because it's giving kind of like wintry vibes. Then I have this book called Mr. Fixer Upper. So the 2nd book is The Christmas Fix. It's like a duology, I guess. I read The Christmas Fix during Christmas time last year, and I still have to get around to this one. And then I have this series, Pretend You're Mine, Finally Mine, and Protecting What's Mine. And then I have the rest of whatever I need to read for the Addicted Calloway Sister series. I have Addicted After All, Fuel the Fire, Long Way Down, and Some Kind of Perfect. All right, out of all of those 6 shelves, we have 24 books. And I'm gonna move you guys down, and then we'll talk about the other 5 shelves that I have on this bookcases. These 2 shelves, this is like hockey romance, and this is just a little bit of a rainbow situation. Right, sorry, I had to switch because of the lighting. I have a lot more books than I thought. I'm really surprised about how many unread books I have on each shelf. 3 L. Kennedy books. We have The Body Check, which I think like republished or something. And then I have the first 2 books in this like Graham Effect series. I don't remember what it is called, but I have the Graham Effect, and then I have the Dixon Rule. And then we just have some other hockey romances. We have The Wingman by Stephanie Archer, the 3rd book in the Vancouver Storm series. Canadian Boyfriend by Jenny Holiday. I just have not had the inclination to pick this up at all, so maybe that's a sign. Then this one I do want to get to, and I have been wanting to get to. I just saw a quote for this on TikTok yesterday, and it made me want really want to read it, so I hope to get to this one soon. And then the last one, I haven't really thought about this book, it's The Game Changer by Lana Ferguson. I read The Nanny by Lana Ferguson. I liked it enough. I'm gonna go in like the rainbow order that I picked them up. Get Me Not by Julie Soto. I've heard like okay things about this one. I bought this author's pretty much all her books because Book Depository was going out of business and I wanted all the covers to like match and be cute. The only one I picked up was Marriage for One and I really liked it. I've heard not good things about all the other books, so I'm seriously giving myself this year to read them, and if I don't, then I'm going to unhaul them. Then we have Next of Kin by Hannah Bowen Young. This is on my TBR for the month. I think it's kind of like these two people trying to take guardianship of their siblings or something, and I don't know if they have to like fake date or something to like make it look like they have a stable home. Then this is another Maze book, The Hardest Fall. This is a like football romance. Then I have Summer Romance. It's on my 25 books for 2025, so I will be reading this one this year, and I will be reading it hopefully in the summer. To Love, Jason Thorne, and I again don't know nothing about this. I have 37 books right now and many more shelves to go. I'll probably move you down one more time. We'll talk about the last 3 shelves on my romance bookcases, and then we'll get to the fantasy side. That is when the numbers are gonna rack up. We have this shelf, and this shelf to go. These 2 shelves, I have 6 more books. Things I wanted to say about Monica Murphy. I honestly don't know if I will even continue to read this like at all. The more I think about that first book, the more I just didn't really like it and it made me very uncomfortable. This next one, again, I've had in my physical TBR for so long. I just don't know why I haven't read it. And it's Midnight Kisses by Janine Benedict. All I know about this is that's like a very spicy football romance. I have Offside by Avery Keelan. This is the first book in some kind of series. I know this whole entire series got new covers, so I might buy the new covers and unhaul all the old ones. Then we have another book by Avery Keelan, The Enforcer. One Timer by Tegan Hunter. This is part of the Carolina Comments series. Fall With Me by Becca Mack. I have This Woven Kingdom and This Infinite Threads. This is like her new series. This is insane. And you know what? I have an explanation, okay? So, you know, me being me, Target had like a, oh, buy one, get one 50% off, or buy 2, get 1 free situation. And then Amazon had a bunch of like $3 coupons. And that's how I ended up with all of these books. But I am really enjoying this universe. I bought a lot now. I am saving money later. Let's just quickly go through these. Okay, so I have books 4, 5, and 6 in the Immortal Instrument series at Scrolls of Magic. It's the first book in another series. And then I have the entire Clockwork Angel trilogy. I think it's only a trilogy. 52. We're at 52 books. I'm just going to show you the shelf real quick and then we will take the books off. So I'm just going to talk about these bottom 2 shelves next. This bottom shelf, when I tell you I only have 3 books left on the shelf, this is my downfall, is this fantasy section. Let's go through them just rapid fire. To Kill a Shadow, the only reason I bought this is because it had cool purple sprayed edges. And we have these Hollow Vows, which I saw, I think, Sarah Crowley DNF this last year. This one is called Filthy Rich Vampire. I've had this for so long, and I've only bought it because it was a vampire romance. And I believe I got this one for Christmas last year. It's called Frost by C.N. Crawford, and this one is giving winter. So I definitely want to pick this up soon. It's really, really short as well. Then this one also kind of gives winter, called Ledge by Stacey McWan. I'm sorry, I can't say it. It's giving like frosty winter vibes. This one I'm very, very excited to get to. When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. It's got an assassin. I think there's a romance, there's dragons, and I think it's very politics heavy. Then we have one that's also been sitting for a while. A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget. I'm like the worst at names, so I don't even try, but y'all can see. Then we have Twin Crowns. Then we have The Traitor Queen. I've already read The Bridge Kingdom, and I really did enjoy that first book, and I always wanted to continue with the series. But then we have Fear the Flames. Knows that it's like about dragons. There's Good Found Family. I think there's a romance in here. I have like the old traditionally published version. I don't know if I'll buy the new one because it's like revised and all that stuff. So then I have The Graceling. I feel like this is old and people have read it like a very long time ago now. Alright, then we have 2 books, which again, this is a thing where I should have just bought the first one. Like I didn't need to buy the second one. The Trial of the Sun Queen and The Rule of the Aurora King. We have A Promise of Peridot by Kate Golden. And this is the second book. The first one is A Dawn of Onyx. I really, really enjoyed it. And then this one is another sequel. It's The 100 Air by Holly Renee. So the first one is The Veiled Kingdom. And then I technically also have my dust jacket of Heartless Limitless Hunter on the shelf because I'm currently reading it, but I'm not going to count it for this like physical TBR because I'm going to probably finish it before this video goes up. We're going to do this shelf right here. I'm not going to take this whole entire Harry Potter books off. Books 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 of the Harry Potter series that I have not read yet. We have Onyx and Ivory. I saw this at a Barnes & Noble. I really don't remember what it is about. Then I have Guild, which is the first book in the Plated Prisoner series. And I have Cast in Firelight. I think this is a YA Marriage of Convenience. Then I have Dragonfall. This is on my TBR for the month. All I know is that it's about dragons. Then I'll take the sticker off, but we have A Fate of Wrath and Flame by K.A. Tucker. So it's the same author as The Sip of Wild. I think she has, I guess, like a fantasy series. We have the Book of Azrael. This has been going around everywhere, I feel like, in the last couple months, and people have really been enjoying it. I have King of Battle and Blood. This I've had on my TBR for so long. I think it's another like vampire romance situation. Another series that I just bought the whole entire series before even reading the first book. It's the Ember of the Ashes series. We have Ember in the Ashes, which is the first book. Then A Torch Against the Night, A Reaper at the Gates, and A Sky Beyond the Storm. Let's move up to this shelf right here. Okay, we're currently at 83 books, but this shelf right here, we only have 3 books. The Songbird and the Heart of Stone by Carissa Broadbent. They're just like vampire romances. Then we have From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I know nothing about this at all, but I think it's like a maiden and maybe a like guard. And then I have Phantasma by Riley Smith. Phantasma is like a game, so it's just like a bunch of games and trying to survive the game, and I think there is a romance. We're gonna move up and we're gonna talk about the last 3 shelves on my fantasy bookshelf, and then we'll debrief. We have this shelf, and then the shelf you can't see. So this shelf right here, as you guys can see, is just my Sarah J. Maas shelf. I have the first 2 books in the Crescent City series, so I have House of Earth and Blood, and then House of Sky and Breath. I have 3 more books in the Throne of Glass series to read. I have Hour of Dawn, Empire Storms, and Kingdom of Ash. Alright, so then this shelf right here, actually I've read all of these books, so this is like the only true shelf that I've read every single book on it. This shelf up here, so it's just like my witchy romances and then other romances that did not fit. Alright, so first book I have is Spark of the Everflame. This has been talked about a lot recently, and I'm very excited to get into this whole series and universe. I think it's like a slow burn romantasy. Alright, next up is Ruthless Vows, a book that comes after Divine Rivals. Next book is one that I wanted for so long, and then I walked into Target and then there it was. Quicksilver by Callie Hart. This is some kind of romantasy that everybody is freaking out about still. Sorry if you can see all the dust. And I think there's a fated mate trope in this, and this could literally be one of my favorite books of all time. And then we have 2 in a duology. So I have the One Dark Window duology. So One Dark Window and then 2 Twisted Crowns. Started One Dark Window at some point last year, and I made it a little bit of the ways in, and then I kind of soft DNF'd it. Heard really good things, and I do want to get to it. Alright, next up we have 2 books, which I'm not sure if I want to continue with this series, so I might unhaul it. And it's Blood and Honey and Gods and Monsters by Shelby Muharan. So the first book is Serpent and Dove, and I really enjoyed it. It's like a witch and a witch hunter, and it's like a marriage of convenience. I tried to read this second one. I just could not get into it, and I just have not thought about this book or this series at all in like a very long time. And then our last book on my physical TBR is called The Witch's Blade, and it's the second book in 5 Crowns of something. First one is A High Mountain Court. I really enjoyed that one, and this is the second book. I think it follows a character from that first book. So that first book is really fun, really easy to read. This is our last book on our physical TBR. We made it, but at what cost? Alrighty, besties. So I don't know if this is an accurate count, but it seems like I have 98 books on my physical TBR. 98 books. I think last year was 96, so I read a lot of books, but I added 2 more to my physical TBR overall in total. So I'm gonna make it honestly a really big goal of mine this year is to work on my physical TBR. Just make sure I have books on my shelves that I really love. So 98 is not a great number. I'm probably just gonna do a little recount for you guys and just put the actual number somewhere to make sure that Kira's counting right. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Let's both of us together. Let's work on our physical TBRs this year. Doesn't matter if yours is like 5 books, it's 30 books, it's 270 books. As long as you are enjoying what you're reading, it really doesn't matter how many books you have in your physical TBR. This video was really fun, really humbling, really showed me. Make sure to follow all my socials down below, all my Goodreads, my Amazon wish list, like that will be linked down there if you want to check it out. Like, comment, and subscribe for more videos with me. And I will see you guys next week for another video. Bye!